Hello, it's Michael, TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Flagstaff E-Pro 15 TB travel trailer. I'm here to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A few things to take into consideration when you're parking. On your campsite, I want you to leave plenty of room for this big old awning. On your off campsite, I just want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. Power is going to be right above your toilet, or right above your tire, and your water connection is going to be right behind that. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level our unit. And it comes with a power tongue jack. Night docking light, should you arrive at night, simply retract to lower, EXT for extend to raise it. Now get yourself a level, stick it right inside your doorway, run that up and down to your unit's level. Once your unit's level, we'll go ahead and stabilize it. Now should you lose power, you have to take your bike rack off here. Take your bike rack off, and that hand crank will get this up and down. Right underneath this rubber stopper is a bolt that'll bring this up and down should you lose power. So no need to worry about that. Speaking of power, check your battery post every now and then. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose going down the road. Again, once we got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. As I run these down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks, going to better distribute the weight. Use your 10% off coupon. Get a 4-pack of them. It'll protect these from like hot blacktop in the summer. You know, it'll keep them in good shape. Anyway, grab you a 4-pack of those from the store with your 10% off coupon. Run these down. You can run them down with a drill gun or impact driver. Preferably just a impact driver, and you run them down in a couple of seconds. But I'm going to recommend, if you do that, slow down when you get to the bottom. Because remember, our unit's already level. All we're doing at this point is stabilizing. So once we have any type of resistance on this hand crank, go ahead and stop. Get all 4 of those down. You got unit level and stable. Let's go ahead and hook up your power and water. Power cord plugs right above your tire here. Got like a little pistol grip. Get that in there about 11 o'clock. Goes in there, turn it to noon. Put on your black washer, and that'll lock that on there for you. Now at the end of that 30 amp service, you got a 30-foot cord. At the end of that 30 amp service, should you need to plug into a 110, in your convenience pack will be a 30 to 15 amp reducer. All right, get your power hooked up. Let's hook up your water. At campsites, we're going to hook up to city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. In your convenience pack will be one of these. These will reduce the water pressure 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this because you don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up. Hook up your hose. One more step before turning that hose on. Just your right here's your hot water heater. Open that up. Get this drain plug in there. Throw some plumber's tape around there. Not putty. Putty will gum up on you. Plumber's tape. 1.1/8" socket. Get your nano rod in there. Get that in there nice and snug. Once that's in there all the way, then you can go ahead and turn that hose on. After the hose been on for a few minutes, I want you to go inside and open up all of your water taps. Showers, sinks, getting all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water going through them. Then you can shut them off, and then you'll know that you'll be ready to turn on your hot water heater indoors. You can also check by pulling up on this pressure release valve. So water comes out of here, you know this is full. If for some reason your hot water heater doesn't work, come out here and check these buttons here. If they're bubbled up, simply press them back in. They are reset. Alright, got our water hooked up for campsites. Let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to go to a campsite. We're going to go boondocking or dry camping. In that case, just the other side of your hot water heater is your freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. Gravity fill this with a hose. 2 ways to tell it's full. 1, there's an overflow valve right here. Or 2, on the inside where you check the levels of your black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button. Once that's full, don't leave it unattended while you're filling it. Once it's full, put that cap back on, then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump when hooked to city water. Alright, we're all set up for power and water. Here I'm going to continue the tour around the outside, continuing on this off campsite. Again, our fresh water down there will be our freshwater drain. That'll dump that bucket. tank. Again, our hot water heater. This is your antifreeze inlet. When you winterize this, you bypass your hot water heater. Turn on your water pump and that'll siphon in your antifreeze. City water connection, cable and satellite here. Power, hot and cold shower, 751 key will open that up, or excuse me, your M master key. Your main low point drain, right underneath there, both those. There's a holder for your stinky slinky or your sewage hose. There's our black and gray tanks we'll talk about dumping when we're leaving the campsite. Again, stabilizing jacks. Up front, your propane does have a cover. Comes on a regulator. Simply point it toward the tank you should be using. Lefty loosey to open. Green means you've got gas. Put it in the middle, open them both up, automatic switch over. I prefer doing one at a time because that way I know where my gas is coming from when I'm down to one tank. Again, you got your bike rack here. Let's go aerial. Little video on that on YouTube. Again, your power. Keep them covered. Prep for solar here on the side. You can plug in a solar panel right there and that'll trickle charge your batteries. This will hold your entry doorway open by snapping in there. Got your LED lighting, an outdoor speaker. You've got a flue for your furnace. Two things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. And two, if you are running it, steer clear of that. It does get hot. Outdoor entertainment center here. You've got a little table that'll hook on here. A couple of 110s here. Now you've got these little metal bars that'll just simply hook on here. And inside is a griddle with a quick connect. Your griddle will set here and your quick connect LP is right there. Your other stabilizing jack. These remove real easy. Come around the back to your storage area. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there a couple times a year, check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. You're also prepped for a Furrion backup camera. Device you can purchase from our store. One part will set on your dash your tow vehicle, the other part will hook on here, giving you a backup camera for the unit. Accessory hitch, tow limits for that right here on the hitch. On your awning real quick, you do have a pitch control. If it's raining, you want to run all the rainwater this way. Simply pull down on that and that'll run it all away. That about covers everything out here. I will take you up and show you your roof. You got solar on this side, your AC unit, your vent for your bathroom, and your antenna system. Let's go take a look on the inside. Coming up inside the unit, first thing I always like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure that you and everyone in this camp with you knows your fire extinguisher is located at the entry doorway. Up here around the corner, TPMS system. I will send you a separate video from Truck System Technologies on your system that comes with this unit. And an app you can download it from your Play Store or App Store, Apple app. You can download this app and everything that I'm sure you can do on these controls panel down here, you can do from your phone. So as you come in the door to your left, you got a couple charging ports and 110 and your control panel. On this control panel up here, you can see the levels of your tanks. Fresh, black, and gray. That fresh one is one you want to watch when you're filling up your potable water outside. Battery all charged up, Bluetooth connection, interior, step, and awning lights. Your Wi-Fi booster. Here's where you turn on your water heater. If hooked to gas, your water heater, if hooked to electric, does make a difference. Choose correctly. Here's your water pump if you use your potable water. Your tank heater, that's a little 12-volt pad that's on your tank to keep it from freezing in inclement weather. It's the only time you want to turn that on. Your awning. Extend that awning out just until you can see that flap. And you can see your bar and that flap falls down to 90 degrees. If you hold that extension button down, that will continue to run itself out and run itself out past that point. and start to run itself up backwards. So keep an eye on them when you run them out. Make sure you don't run them out any further than you need to. As I bring that back in, there's a motion sensor for this. There's a little entryway light. My awning comes in. I'm going to shut off my awning light and tell you that slam locks work best when gently slammed. Alright, coming up inside the unit, point out a few other things. There's your furnace release. Here's your breaker box and fuses. I got a ton of 15s in there, a couple 30s and a 40. Highly recommend having some of those with you when you go camping. Storage over here, accessible from outdoors. There's your griddle. Both of these are access that are screwed down to get to your water tanks, etc. Our AC unit, I'll find our thermostat here and we'll work with that. Come around this back corner. Go Power GP electric controller. The whole purpose of this is to make sure that you are on the right battery, which should be wet or flooded. In this case, flooded, so it was on the correct one. The whole purpose of this is to keep your solar panels from overcharging your battery. I'll send you a separate video on it. Not much you have to use it for. If you want to defrost your fridge without shutting off everything in your unit, they did give you a refrigerator power button. 110 there. A thermostat. Go ahead and on the bottom here, turn it to AC. Turn it down and hear that baby crank up. There's your AC unit running. Let's shut that off. Go all the way around off. Now you'll notice that the AC will shut off rather quickly. But then when I go all the way through here back to heat, turn that up. That should kick on my furnace. Now you'll notice when I shut your furnace off that it takes a few minutes for the furnace fan to actually cycle through compared to how quickly the AC goes off. Magic Chef fridge, all your controls for that are in your fridge part, right there. Smoke alarm above that. This is a lock to keep your fridge from popping up and open and closed. Down here around the corner is your 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mention this 12 volt, always running off your battery. So if you are out boondocking, dry camping somewhere, and you're going to be gone for the day, use the battery disconnect to keep this running your battery down while you're gone. Head straight over to the kitchen. You have a dryer rack. 110 with GFCI reset. Here's your inverter. That will invert 12 volt to 110. Not a lot of usage out of that, so use it as sparingly as possible. Convection microwave down here. Up top here is our cooktop. That glass top makes a nice backsplash. Just turn this to light. When your gas is on, you use a stick lighter to light that up. Come around the corner here into our shower. Wet bath. I'm going to show you your curtain here. Up top, push that straight up for your exhaust vent. Make sure you remember to pull it down. You have lots of storage inside here for towels, etc. Bathroom cosmetics. You do have a shower miser here. If you turn this handle while I turn this on, shower mising system will recirculate that hot water until it's hot, so you're not wasting your water out of your fresh water tank. Once it's hot, that'll change color, and then you'll know that you can just go ahead and turn it on. One touch lighting up here. That about covers everything inside. Got a little power port here, charging port. Bring that up, a couple USBs and 110s. Lastly, I want to show you how to turn these two twin beds. Just begin by removing these back cushions. Automatically going to give you a wider bed. Now, as you see, we've got these plastic holders here. I'm going to sit this bed, or excuse me, your table, right on top of those. You have to lift one side up. Careful with your fingers as you're doing that. Now take the outside ones, excuse me, on my bottom ones, bring them to the middle. Put these ones down here now. Get the process over here. Now you have literally, we'll put that in there. We will in the end have a king size bed here. And actually sleeping that way, diagonal will give you 3 adults. So let's act like we're leaving the campsite and close the unit up. I see that I did not show you your television working. You have a Connex TV here. It is the ETV. It'll play indoors, outdoors. I'll show you, go through your source here. Channel comes on. There you go, there's TV. But go to source. Everything, Bluetooth, AM, FM radio, etc. We're in this metal building, we're not going to pick up much, but I'm going to try to switch this to FM here. And then you'll scan through your channels. Again, we won't pick up much inside this metal building, but zone A will be indoors, zone B will be outdoors. Really cool system. Separate manual on that in there as well. Alright, now what I want you to do is I'm going to say doors and drawers. Walk through your unit, make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Everything is battened down for travel. Shut off our lights and exit the unit. Now the most important thing to remember on these steps is make sure your door is open. Otherwise this will catch on it when you come in. Alright, make sure you lock and deadbolt this door. Lift and turn this handle for travel. If we are out boondocking, we're going to come on over here and we're going to dump our freshwater tank. Get up underneath there, dump that. Bring up our stabilizing jacks, head on to the closest dump station or home. If we're at a campsite, we're going to unhook our power, our water, our cable. Bring up our stabilizing jacks and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, remember your dump is going to be toward the front of the unit. That 10-foot hose comes with your convenience pack. Hook that up. The first thing we're going to do is pull our black. That's for sewage. Once it sounds like that's no longer draining, go inside and look at your black tank. Make sure it's empty. If it is, close your black tank and pull your gray handle. Now, gray handle is going to be cleaner water as your sinks and your showers. While that's draining, come right here and dump our low point drains. Also, while that's draining, I have to come to my hot water heater. You've done camping for a while, you don't want to leave water in these. Lift up on that pressure release valve until all the water is dumped. Be careful, it'll be hot. Push that back down, then you can pull your drain plug. Get all that stagnant water out of there. Put the cast back on your low point drains when they're done. Close your gray handle when that's done, and conveniently and sanitarily store your sewage hose right there inside your stinky slinky holder. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this E-Pro for many years. Happy camping.